Hello there! We give you all a warm welcome to Fans Club, a garage TV show created especially for all you crazy car fans that love vehicles as much as life itself. If you enjoy going to car races, if you love cars regardless whether they're old or brand new, if you can't think of anything but wheels, tracks, rims, races, bumpers, and engines, this is definitely your place. Fans Club.
Hi, I'm Jane Long, and we are at Zolfo Springs Annual Pioneer Park Days.
Today's episode might come as a bit strange, a little unusual, so to speak. We're headed to sunny Florida in the United States to bring you all the details of the 42nd Annual Pioneer Park Days. This is an event you don't want to miss.
This is an antique engine and tractor show that has over 400 exhibitors of antique engines, antique tractors, a lot of it dating back to the 1920s. Also, there's over 400 flea market spaces that sell a wide variety of wares. We also have the Florida Frontiersmen that are set up in teepees all week that demonstrate the 1800 era living, such as basket weaving, how to make toys out of wood, tanning hides, things like that.
My name is Hal, and I'm from St. Petersburg, Florida. I've been collecting antique toys since before I was born almost, and 3 is when I started collecting. He started my collection before I was born. Right, what you see here is a piston expander. What they used to do is actually go in the piston and it would expand it. This antique road grader, made in 1951, is very old. They are very hard to come by and very valuable. I have had people try to bid this off me, but I would not sell it. Interesting and constructed piece of art, I really think. The wheels turn, it even rotates. These are to raise and lower the blade, you see right here on the bottom. Oh yes, always and almost every single time I go up to his house, we are always talking about antiques or how to get them.
I'm Joey Rugenstein from Sebring, Florida. This is my son, Ricky. And we own these 2 tractors. This is a McCormick Deering 1020 in 1935. And the one behind me is a 1936 Case Model C. And I own them since 1972 through 74. And this is my hobby. And that's why we come to this show. And this is my collection of, part of my collection of antique engines. They're farm engines. They used to be used on the farms before the farms had electricity to run water pumps, feed mills, grinders, anything like that. And this one here is a 1927 model John Deere. John Deere Tractor Company built these back years ago. And it's a 1.5 horsepower engine. And that one there is a 1905 international famous engine. That's a 3 horsepower, and it's basically was used for the same thing on the farms. And the rest of them are there's a one horse to 3 horse.
My name is Lester Fisher. I'm from Newport Richey, Florida. I have a machine shop and I build model engines. I started collecting motors in about 1978. I had an apprentice tool and die maker working for me that wanted to build a model engine similar to this, and I let him do it, and I decided I'd start doing it again. Then I started my collection, and I got a lot of them. I have approximately 10 antique engines and tractors and so forth like that. I have a Whitty diesel electric plant, which is around front, a full-size oil well, which runs on gas, just like this does, except it's regular ignition. And I've got a lot of models that I've built, and steam engine and stuff such as that. And I collect lanterns also. This is a model of a 6-horsepower Reed engine, hot tube ignition. That means it doesn't have a spark plug, but the ignition is a red hot tube, which is right here. And when the live gas gets compressed up to where it's red hot, it fires. If it doesn't get up there, it misses. It's cooled with water, just like an automobile engine, and it's a thermal siphon, lifts the hot water lifts it up to the top, and the cold goes in the bottom. And it is, the advantage of this engine is it will run, if it gets a lot of oil in it from the wells, the head gas, it will keep running. I'll show you how the oil does when you get oil in the ignition. It likes oil. It just burns it right through, just like it would if it was fuel. And it'll run a little fast and then slow down. This pipe is a whistle pipe on the exhaust. See, it doesn't get very hot, and if you take that off, you can hardly hear it. That's because the engineers that run the wells had 4 or 5 engines to listen to, and they put longer pipes on it to get different whistle sounds so they could tell which one to quit running. Now the pump we got here is a lift pump, which is for light oil, and sometimes the pumps run with lift and push displacement oil. So it pumps on both strokes. And this is running at just about the speed the engines always run. And these were quite popular in Pennsylvania and West Virginia, where the oil was light, so it was easy to pump it, and they would sometimes put 2 of these engines together to make them twice as strong to run a lot more wells on a push rod system, which is a round disc that sits on the ground with push rods going out each direction to the wells, whether 6 or 8 or 10 wells and 1 engine running them. And then they get a lot more efficiency out of it. Now the crude oil had a lot of water in it, so they had a tank sitting beside of it that separated the water from the oil, and they took the water and oil away separately so that they wouldn't have contaminated oil. But that's just about the extent of what this works on.
So, what do you make of this Pioneer Park Day in Florida? Pretty good, right? We have many more machines and engines to show you, and there's still a lot of stories to be told. All that's coming up after this commercial break. We'll be right back.